Doom series has some of the best music in any game franchise. So in today's video, I'm probably going to annoy quite a lot of people as I will be ranking every Doom game based on its music. So make sure to rip and tear the subscribe button and cabbage. So here we are with our tier list, with rankings from not even music at all the way up to absolute tunes. And to start off this tier list strong, we begin with the game that helped kickstart FPS games as a whole, Doom. The original Doom has some incredible classic tunes that shape the music for all future entries, with some absolute bangers such as At Doom's Gate, the Imp song, and Facing the Spider. The original Doom shaped the style of music and gameplay for all future games, and the songs in Doom 1 are pretty damn groovy, and for that I'll be placing the original Doom in absolute tunes. The next game we'll be ranking is Doom 2. Doom 2 was the sequel to the original Doom and was pretty similar to the first game in both gameplay and music. However, it did bring some features that would appear in even the modern Doom games, with the main one being the iconic Super Shotgun. When it comes to the music of Doom 2, it is very similar in style to Doom 1, with songs such as Running from Evil, Into Sandy City, and for some reason, the best elevator music I've ever heard, The Healer Stalks. Overall, I would say the music in Doom 2 is pretty damn amazing. However, I do think it slightly lacks behind Doom 1, which means I'll still be putting it in the absolute tunes rank, but it'll be behind Doom 1. Doom 64 was the last classic style Doom game and is generally considered a very good, but very underrated entry to the series. However, although this game is really good, as far as I can tell, this game doesn't have any actual proper music other than the pretty decent menu music. Now, there is other quote-unquote music in the game, but it's more akin to FNAF ambience than actual music. So sadly, I'm going to have to put Doom 64 in the not even music tier. However, if I'm completely wrong about this, then be sure to tell me in the comments below, which I'm sure you will. The next game in today's ranking is one of the most divisive games in the Doom series, and that game is Doom 3. Doom 3 was a complete change in style when compared to the traditional idea of a Doom game. In Doom 3, you don't play as the Doom Slayer, but rather this generic marine dude, and the game takes on a bit more of a slow horror approach to its gameplay. Doom 3 is quite similar to Doom 64 in the sense that a lot of the tracks are more ambience focused than traditional Doom music. For example, Cyber Demon, and Haunted Admin Office. Now, although this game is very similar with its approach to music as Doom 64, I will be putting it in the passable for slaying rank as the main theme for this game absolutely slaps. Now, I know this will annoy some people as Doom 64 seems to be getting unfairly treated, but that game's main menu theme wasn't enough to carry it to passable for slaying, even if the game is still really good, and has some good ambience too. And that's just because that this tier list is mostly focusing on the traditional music. For the next game in today's ranking, we have to skip over 10 years in time, all the way to 2016, with the reboot of the Doom franchise, Doom 2016. Doom 2016 is a return to form for the Doom franchise, and is my personal favourite game in the series. Doom 2016 introduced many new features to the Doom franchise, such as glory kills, and more importantly for today's video, the game introduced many people to the incredible music genius Mick Gordon, who composed one of the best soundtracks in gaming history. Doom 2016 soundtrack is incredible, with the iconic track BFG Division, which takes notes from the original Doom soundtrack. to other incredible tracks such as Rust, Dust and Guts. And Hellwalker's Sign of Evil. Doom 2016 easily belongs at the top of today's list and will probably be the highest rated game in today's video. Doom Eternal is the second newest Doom game and it is a direct sequel to Doom 2016. Doom Eternal mostly keeps Mick Gordon as its main artist for the music in the game, however id Software are pricks and decided to not pay Mick Gordon correctly for his work and rushed him for the OST for the game, which is a shame because I do think this affected the OST slightly as some of the music does lack behind Doom 2016. However, the music in Doom Eternal is still incredible overall, with tracks like The Only Thing They Fear Is You, Cultist Bass, and probably my personal favourite, Metal Hell. Doom Eternal has an incredible soundtrack, and I think it easily belongs in top tier, however it does fall behind Doom 2016. In my opinion. I'm going to really quickly rank these next two games as they aren't actually full games, rather just DLC for Doom Eternal. However, they both have completely different artists compared to each other and the base game. The first DLC we're ranking is The Ancient Gods Part 1. The Ancient Gods Part 1 has some pretty decent tracks, such as the Blood Swamp's Heavy Fighting, the Holt Heavy Fighting, and the UAC Atlantica Heavy Fighting. Now, although these tracks are pretty damn good, I really don't think they hold a torch to the music in the base game, and for that reason, they are going to have to go in the Headbangers tier. Up next, we have the Ancient Gods Part 2 DLC, which in my opinion has much better music than Part 1. Composed by Andrew Hushalt and David Levy, the Ancient Gods Part 2 has some incredible music, such as Amora Part 1. The Dark Lord. And Reclaim Earth. This lands the Ancient Gods Part 2 in the Absolute Tunes tier, pretty much right in the middle. The last and most recent game in today's video is Doom the Dark Ages. Doom the Dark Ages, in my opinion, is a really decent entry to the series. However, I really think it's lacking behind Doom 2016 Eternal, from forced ray tracing to some pretty mid-level designing. I think Doom the Dark Ages is a step backwards for the series. This, unfortunately, also includes the music. Now, don't get me wrong, the music in the Dark Ages can be really good sometimes, with bangers such as Infernal Chasm, From the Ashes, and Between Hex and Flame. However, a lot of the music in this game sounds really damn generic, and I think they really missed the opportunity to make the soundtrack sound much more medieval and unique. Overall, the music in the Dark Ages is occasionally really good, but overall is, in my opinion, just passable for slaying. Well then guys, there we have it. That is my ranking of each Doom game based on the music. Now I already know that many of you people watching this video are going to disagree with my ranking. However, this is just my opinion, and if you want to leave your own ranking in the comment section, please feel free to do so. But with all that said, make sure to support the channel if you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.